All right, we've got three topics we're covering today, and they're all Raider specific. The first was Tom Brady. The second is Brian Hoyer. Now, and I've told this to the fans because I'm not gonna try to hoodwink them. In the interest of full disclosure, Brian is a friend of mine. I love Brian dearly. I love his family dearly. They're precious people. His brothers, his sister, his grandmother, Oma, man, really love her. His mom and dad, him, his beautiful bride, his kids, love them. Great people. And I think that Brian Hoyer was a very good signing for the Raiders. Do I think he's a starting quarterback? Not at all. I don't think that's where he is year 15 in his career. But I think he brings some stuff to the Raiders that's going to surprise some people. And it may not show on the field where people see it, but it's huge for the franchise. Break down what you think of Brian Hoyer being a Raider.
Well, I know of Brian Hoyer well as you for a long, long time. First of all, it's a guy that came with a big time fastball, serious baseball pitcher as he gets into college. He goes to Michigan State, gets into quite a mix of coaching changes. But when Mark D'Antonio took over Michigan State, one of the reasons Brian Hoyer won that starting job and had success there was because of what he did before the snap. And keeping that in the back of the mind, I think that's how this guy has stuck for so long, besides an incredible love for the sport. So Hoyer is an undrafted free agent with the New England Patriots, somehow makes the team in many years where they only kept him as the sole backup, and has been a pro's pro. When he's had a chance to start, incredible, unfortunately, broken arm injury, a major knee injury, still comes back. The guy loves the game. And now he's coming across the country, really, in what I see as a hybrid role for the Raiders. He is going to bring an intangible value as a coach, really, honestly, as kind of a player coach in many, many ways. A lot of what he's going to do is lead by example because he's been a professional quarterback for so long now, way more than a decade, a handful of franchises. People have, it looks like, begged him to come back from time to time. So here he is with the Raiders, who've got Aiden O'Connell. You could not probably ask for a better position to be a rookie quarterback than have somebody to learn from like Brian Hoyer. And I think he's a guy that has an effect on a locker room. It's not necessarily rah-rah, but it's pretty consistent. So what we see here, I believe, is maybe the second or third incarnation of kind of a hybrid, a guy that is brought in by a team at the quarterback position to kind of help coach and see things and mold. You know, the guy he followed at Michigan State was Drew Stanton, who arguably was the most recent one of those hybrid type guys. We saw him at Indianapolis, Cleveland, Arizona, Tampa Bay, doing a lot of things that were not on the field as a starting quarterback. There's a reason that those kind of guys contribute to teams and are brought to teams. There's a reason that he was brought to Las Vegas. And I don't think it's something that's going to show up on the stat sheet like you laid out, but it may show up in some development, especially when you consider the young Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I know Bill Belichick wanted him to get into coaching. And I think as long as you keep him at where he is, I think he's great for Jimmy Garoppolo. I think he's great for Aiden O'Connell. And I think he's going to be great for the organization. He's not a guy, there'll be zero trouble with him. He's a guy that's going to be helping young players learn stuff. He's going to be Josh McDaniels in training camp and OTAs on the field. I just think it's a no-brainer.